Okay. Yeah. This the Brad and Memory Show. 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 In the field with my dogs, like the Sixers, we gon' ball. Wake up early in the morning, tune in anytime at all. Hard time, all season, don't believe in off seasons. Watch the Phillies, watch the Flyers, and the Eagles on the weekends, yeah. This is not your ordinary radio show. Ain't just talking sports, we be talking about the culture. All across the globe, anything you wanna cover. This is for the fans, no room for our front runners. This the Brad and Memory Show. Yeah, this the Brad and Memory Show. Yeah, this the Brad and Memory Show. Yeah, this the Brad and Memory Show. Yeah. You know the vibes.
Just sipping the tears of
Looking
some
good.
Sipping the tears of the haters.
Looking good.
Now, usually I begin the show by saying you know the vibes, but if you're not in the 215-267-484, how could you possibly know the vibes? You don't.
Are we accepting the 447 or not yet? Or I'm sorry, the 445?
No.
No, not yet. Okay.
Just the main ingredients. How could you know the vibes? You don't know the vibes. So let me tell you the rules. So everyone's on the same page here. If your baseball team didn't just beat the world champions, you can't talk to me. If your football team's not 6-0, don't talk to me. If your basketball team is not starting the NBA tonight with the opening game, don't talk to me. If your hockey team's not 2-0, don't talk to me. If your soccer team's not in the playoffs, number 1 seed, don't talk to me. Yeah, I'm giving soccer love too. We're winning all over the place. Wins, we're just catching wins everywhere. And that's why our sunglasses are on right now, because our future is just way too bright. It's way too bright of a future. And we deserve this. We deserve all of these blessings that are being bestowed upon us. Look back at the past 10 years of Philadelphia sports, what led us up to this moment here. Sixers with the process. The Phillies might as well have had a process. The Flyers might as well have a process. The Eagles, we got a Super Bowl in 2017. A lot of things went downhill after that. We deserve all of these blessings and the ingredients of these blessings. And let's just shift back to Friday first, because, man, I was excited about the idea of a home playoff game like everyone else, but I had no idea what the pent-up frustration of 11 years out of the playoffs was going to do to Citizens Bank Park. In that 2007 to 11 run, obviously so many incredible moments.
Well, you expected it. You expected, though, it to be a
raucous, but I don't think anyone expected that. But I gotta say, for my money, and this includes the World Series, that is the loudest I have ever heard that place. I have never heard that place be louder than it was Friday afternoon, Phillies Braves Game 3. It was like I said, it blew away. I think everyone already had really, really high expectations, but I don't think anyone expected that. What that was. It was bedlam. It was bedlam in all the best ways.
I love that word.
In all the best, it's pandemonium. It was in all the best ways what it was. And boy, were you rewarded on Friday. What a great performance from that team. They gave you everything you put into cheering for them. They gave it right back in return to the way they played and performed in the field. And that's the beauty of it, is when you get that return. It's great to be loud, but obviously if they had lost the game, if they had gotten down early, the energy would have shifted a little bit. But they didn't do that to you. They gave it to you, and it started at the third inning. Now, listen, hindsight is 20/20, obviously, but the former defending world champions, I believe, made a boo-boo in starting Strider. If I were them,
oh, that's for later.
Whoa, hold on.
That's for later.
Okay, if I were them, I would have went with Morton. I think Morton would have gave you a better chance to win Game 3, And I feel that Game 3, as we talked about Friday morning, Game 3 was the game to get to set up the rest of the series. And you literally had no idea what you're going to get from Strider. As dominant as he hadn't pitched in weeks, and you just didn't know. And what ends up happening is it was.
Has it been that long since we've done a show?
What's that?
Has it been that long since we've done a show?
What do you mean?
Game 3.
Yeah.
Has it really been?
Three.
Has it really been that long?
It's been that long. Yep.
So this weekend
Strider,
aged me.
Strider, the first 2 innings looks like Strider. He looked incredible. Everything was working. The fastball, the velocity was there. He had some nasty stuff. You get to inning 3, and you see him. He walks Brandon Marsh on 4 pitches, and this is what makes the Philly crowd so great. Is they sense it. They sense something big is about to happen. Gene Segura goes 2-0. He ends up striking out, but it's still a very, very important at bat because he gives Strider goes throws 8 more pitches in that bat, and it sets up the Bryson Stott at bat, which, in my opinion, is the most important at bat of the inning, besides the obvious things that happen. Stott works him to 9 pitches, makes him throw more, and then ends up roping that double down the line. And by that point, so when he goes 2-0 to Segura, I saw the soul leave his body. I watched souls. There's a couple souls we're going to talk about, but the first soul, the Strider soul. I watched the Strider soul leave the body. I saw his pigmentation evade from his skin as it went ghost white in the middle of 45,000 screaming people. And that's what this place does to you. I've always said about Philadelphia, when Philadelphia gets loud, it sounds different than any other place on the planet. It's a different environment than anywhere on the planet.
What Ken Rosenthal said.
That's most. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And like, listen, there's Seattle. There's the old Chicago Stadium. There's the old Yankee Stadium. There's
Seattle is football. Yeah, but that's different. Football's different. You got way more people there.
Right.
This is a baseball stadium.
Right.
Like Arrowhead's got almost 30,000 more people in there than Citizens Bank.
Right.
Seattle, I don't know anything about their baseball stadium, but I think it's called Lumen Field now, where the Seahawks play. That's got like almost double the size of Citizens Bank Park.
Right.
So
and Citizens Bank Park, the way it was built, I mean, the fans are basically sitting on top of the field, so it gives you more of a sound too. And the crazy
that ballpark is a masterpiece.
Yeah, you're outside and the sound's supposed to escape. It's going nowhere. It's just sitting there, and you saw that get to Strider. I don't care what anybody says. It got to him. It did. The environment got to him, and so you get the Stott at bat, and then, listen, we're going to be watching this forever, the Rhys Hoskins home run. We will be watching that. That will be seen forever. That is now in the annals. Like the Dr. J rock the baby dunk on Michael Cooper, the Dr. J around the basket, Tug McGraw with the final out of the World Series, Brad Lidge the final out of the World Series. All of those moments, that Rhys Hoskins home run and bat spike wasn't a bat flip, it was a bat spike. That will be seen forever. Yeah. Forever. And the sound that you got off of that, it was absolutely insane. So at that point for me, that moment right there, to me, if you look back in hindsight, that was the moment the Braves did not want to be here anymore. They wanted to go home after that moment. They wanted to pack up their little bags and go home right there in that moment. That snatched all of their souls when Rhys hits that ball out of the park. The Bryce home run was just icing on the cake, but the Rhys home run to me was the series. Again, I would have gone with Morton in Game 3. I don't think that was smart going Strider Game 3. Game 4 to me is, if you look at it, is the bonus game. The Game 3 game, we gotta get this game. We gotta do it. So Morton, listen, Charlie Morton is one of the greatest postseason pitchers of our generation. Like he's like there's very few guys you can talk about in his caliber when it comes to postseason resumes. He's up there with the Schillings. He's in that category. 4-0, you're under two. He's a really good postseason guy. However, you're putting a lot of pressure on him, asking him after that performance in Game 3 to come back Game 4 and win the game. And it's so crazy how poetic baseball is, right? Like, you're a little younger, so like you probably don't remember. I'm sure you've seen the clips of this, but you don't actually remember. I was 13 years old, so I remember it. Back in 1993, the Phillies, again, major underdogs, the Atlanta Braves, played them in the playoffs. Game 6, the clinching game. Mickey Morandini hits a ball off of Greg Maggs's leg that changed kind of the trajectory of that game. Greg Maggs, after that, couldn't find his control, couldn't find the plate. And lo and behold, Game 4, Alec Boehm smacks Charlie Morton in the elbow with a pitch. It was like, how is this possible this happening again to the same team? It's unbelievable. But, that game was a little, slower pace. But to me, you could tell, again, the unraveling of everything. It was more unravels. Brandon Marsh, first of all, shouts to Dave Dombrowski. How great was that trade for Marsh and Syndergaard look now? If nothing else happens, you've already won the trade. Syndergaard goes out there and gives you 3, which you needed. Marsh hits a huge home run to really win the game. You won the game with that home run right there. You win the game there with that swing. So Marsh is only 24 years old. He can only get better. And I keep telling people this with Syndergaard. I know the velocity is down now, but there still is a shot that spring training next year, he could come back throwing 98, 99. So it was a great investment going forward. I want you to jump in here. I want you to say things. You say things now. I got more, but I want you to say things.
So right now I'm just looking through. Mm-hmm. I believe that those 2 playoff games are the largest games that Bryce Harper has played in front of his home crowd.
We was in Washington. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So what was it, about 45, 46, give or take?
Yeah. 45 and standing room only.
So this year they averaged 28. Last year they averaged 18. Obviously none the year before. And then before that they were averaging 33. So we're talking about, 30 to 40% larger than their normal crowd. Mm-hmm. The players didn't know what to expect. Aaron Nola had no idea what was going on.
Right.
Never experienced it.
Right. You look at
I don't have much analysis as far as it goes in recapping. I'd much rather preview.
Yeah. I mean, you look at like Reese and
they curb stomped the Braves. Basically. Yeah. Other than there are Reese Hoskins error away from sweeping the Braves.
Yeah.
Potentially sweeping the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, before we jump into move on and get to Sunday, one more thing. Ronald Acuna Jr., man.
I'm glad you brought that up. I had mentioned that to you the other day.
What
was that?
Sports.
What was that?
You wear the energy of your best player. And you talk about a guy that wanted no parts of being here. He could tell by his energy and his body language he did not want to be here. That inside the park home run by JT is directly on him. I mean, John Smoltz was absolutely killing him on the broadcast, rightfully so. He wasn't even in the screen. He didn't even show. No. He was nowhere to be found. Listen, that ball's hit. You're immediately looking up and saying that had a shot to go to play, and you just start naturally moving towards center field. He didn't even move towards center field. Not to mention his horrific at-bats throughout the entire series. This really, he did and the thing is, too, I got to go back to the offseason because, when Freddie Freeman leaves, he basically said, it's not a big deal. We're not going to miss him. Well, Ronald, you definitely missed him this series. You
Oh, yeah.
Leadership. You missed it because obviously you're not that guy.
No.
You're not that guy at all. And, it was a beating. It was a flat, like you said, they're one recent error away from sweeping this series. It was an absolute utter destruction. The one thing, the Phillies did everything right. The one thing, again, I go back to is I think they should have Morton game 3, Strider game 4. But, hey.
And whatever's not our problem.
Not our problem at all.
Not our problem.
So that was great enough. If that was the only thing that happened this weekend, it's a great weekend. Relax on Sunday, but no. Oh, no. And the irony of all ironies, not only do we have the Braves rival coming into Citizens Bank Park this weekend, on Sunday, we have the Dallas Cowboys showing up. And what an awful time for you guys to decide to stop by Saturday. This was not the week for you to be here. This was not.
No.
Listen, I wasn't taking this game seriously on Friday when I was doing the show. I definitely wasn't taking it seriously after what I saw Saturday. It was no way. No way. And The Rock means no way. The Eagles were going to lose that game Sunday night after all of that. And we're going to bring out Meek Mill for a live performance of Dreams and Nightmares too? Like, do you want to see a dead body? Do you? Do you want to see one? Because here it is. And, oh my gosh. The Cowboys were everything that we said they were. They don't perform well in big games. Check. Cooper Rush is a fraud. Check. Your defensive line is overrated. Check. Micah Parsons was completely neutralized. He was on a milk cart until Lane Johnson got concussion. Check. You're not that good. You're okay. You're okay. You're not that good. And you got slapped down we said you were going to slap down Sunday. It was a laugher until Lane Johnson got hurt. An absolute laugher. A belly laugher.
Yeah, let me dive in here. So, first off, I've never seen a fan base be so angry and upset about a regular season loss, number one. Secondly, have you seen this fan base complaining on Twitter?
Yes, I have.
They have run their mouth so much. They deserve this, number one. The Cowboys deserve this. Secondly, did you hear what Brandon Graham said today?
No.
So Brandon Graham was on the morning show today. He does not weekly, but regular hits on there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the viral clip of Nick Sirianni yelling like "Bleep you, game's over"?
Yeah.
So they asked Brandon Graham about that, and he said, I'm paraphrasing a little bit because I don't remember his exact words, what Brandon Graham said, but he goes, Nick told us before the game that after the whooping they put on last year where they piled on, coming off the field, a couple of the Cowboys players ran up to him and said that he didn't belong coaching in the NFL, didn't belong being on the same field as them. So that this game was personal for him. And He goes, Nick might not admit to it, but he's like, he told us that in the locker room.
Wow. I love Nick. I love me some Nick. Love it.
And then now here it is. Now they asked him about it on his appearance, but I didn't have time to grab the audio for that. I don't know what his answer was before we came on here.
Yeah, going back to the fans of the Cowboys fans, I don't blame them so much for their perception of their team. I blame the national media. The national media is so thirsty.
Well, no. A lot of them said Cooper Rush is balling right now. We don't even need Dak, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden it switched to, if we had Dak, we would have won.
But that's from the national media. I watched First Take yesterday. Mike Greenberg up there talking about if you're the Eagles, you got to be worried. You had Cooper Rush out there, and if Dak was out there, I think they would have won the game. And Dan Orlowski, thank God for Dan Orlowski, looked that man in the face and said, with all due respect, what game were you watching yesterday? What were you watching? This wasn't even, again, Friday. These teams are playing two different sports right now. They're not even in the same. They're not comparable to the Eagles. They're not. They're not even on the same planet right now when it comes to.
What do we have to do to lock up Bradbury?
I know. Yeah, we got we touched on this.
That needs to.
We got to figure that out. We got to figure that out.
I don't know the answer.
Lane contract. It's always Lane.
Yeah, go to Lane. We need to restructure.
Figure it out. Restructure it. Figure it out. I don't know, but
restructure. I don't know.
Gotta lock it up because these two. This is the best tandem in the NFL. Best tandem in the NFL. And then the icing on the cake is Gardner Johnson back there. They're just playing excellent.
What's Avonte Maddox?
They're playing excellent ball hawking football, and it's I guess special teams. But what are the weaknesses really on this Eagles squad? What weaknesses are there? Where
on the offense and defense?
I'm looking. I don't see any.
Fletcher Cox.
I don't count him as a weakness.
He's definitely not a strength.
It's nitpicking.
Well, you asked me. I mean, if you're gonna make me give an answer, I'll provide you an answer. It might be a nitpicking answer, but it's an answer.
At the end of the day,
I mean, think about when you watch the broadcast.
Yeah.
Or listen to Mike, either Mike and Mara, whatever it is. Listen to the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
On defense, you hear almost everybody's name making plays at some point. Bradbury pick, Slay pick, Gardner Johnson pick, Avonte Maddox tackle,
Brandon Graham hurry.
Hurry.
Jordan Davis.
Josh Sweat. Yeah, Josh Sweat sack. Kaiser White tackle. Tackle for loss. TJ Edwards tackle for loss. Hassan Reddick quarterbacks hurry. Like you hear everybody's name.
Yeah.
Except for Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, I mean.
Now let me ask you this. Say we don't bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
It's $14 million.
Oh, Bradbury.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's on a 1-year deal. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it. There's no way in the world they're gonna let Bradbury go after this. They're gonna figure it out. I trust Howie to get that done. He's not leaving Novacare. And why would you want after? And this was awesome too about this weekend in particular is Embiid was watching, Harden was watching, Harris was watching, Bradbury was watching, Gardner Johnson. They all Harper when they're done. Harper, Reese, they're all watching. They're understanding and seeing how awesome it is when you win in a city of Philadelphia and what that feels like and how it's different than anywhere else on the planet.
And these fans will go to game after game. Like they will go from one game to the other if they're at the same time. Did you see the possible schedule? You could have Eagles at Houston. Phillies at Astros.
Yeah. It could be, where the entire city of Philadelphia will be in Houston.
Yeah. Houston just
James Harden for strip club recommendations.
It will be taken over.
It will be taken over.
And the good thing about the Eagles win now is we can let it breathe. They're on a bye week, so at least for
you have something else to focus on also.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least for Friday's show, you'll probably hear a whole lot less Eagles talk this week than usual.
Yeah, we'll have.
But before we
1 and 2 to recap. We're looking forward to game 3 that night. Yeah, it'll be a lot. Talk.
But before we move on, we have to address the tailgate.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Big.
So first off, as usual, it seems like you were the life of the party.
That's what I do. I can't help it.
How was your second tailgate ever?
It was magical as the first.
Except for obviously the lack of food. The lack of food.
Yeah. Evan and I had a conversation. We're gonna make sure I get taken care of.
Also, I gotta call out the DJ.
Uh-oh.
Where was the song?
DJ.
Why didn't you have the song?
Yeah, dance.
You should have. His explanation was he didn't have good enough internet to get it. You should have came prepared with that from home.
Yeah, that should
They
already.
won the day before. You should have had that already in the rotation.
Queued up.
Is that a fair criticism?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but then we have this. Okay, Marcus.
Okay.
Okay, so this is you, obviously.
Okay.
At the tailgate.
I don't see me.
Can we just you're kind of this is the start of the video. You'll see you in a second.
Okay.
Can you just give us kind of like a can you just kind of give us like a breakdown of what was going on here for us?
I mean, I'll try, but it was a lot of tequila, but I'll do my best.
Oh, I mean, listen, it was flowing. Oh, shout out to the Einstock.
Bro, the Einstock. Beer
the Einstock.
MVP
listen,
beer.
Is that that has to be in one of our top 5 ideal
That's a great taste
sponsorships.
That's my type of.
Well, no, I'm saying for our ideal sponsorships, Einstock, you're very close to the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
So you ready to roll this?
I'm ready to do it. See what we got.
Let's see what's going on.
All right, we're in the circle here. Oh, the shades are going on. When the shades go on, it's different. I'm in the zone now. I'm in the zone.
So just so you know, this is the song is "Sexy Back" right now. Just so you know.
Yeah, this is a techno version of "Sexy Back." That's why I'm moving a little faster than you would traditionally to "Sexy Back." Now I'm backing out because you don't see the thing about the circle is you don't want to hog the circle, right? You go in there, you give them your 35 seconds to a minute, and then you get out of there. And you let other people participate in the circle. Then my man takes off his hat here. I say, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Let me get that hat off you. Let me show you a little what MJ would do with this right here. Give you a little MJ to it with the MJ with the cowboy hat. What I'm doing. Give you one of those, and then I'm back, and then it's all MJ right here. And then little kick. And this is where Evan messed up. See, like I should have had a sandwich walking into the circle to give me the sandwich. I was working. That's the thing. Like when I'm here, I'm working. See, Gail's getting the footage. He's on top of it. I'm working, baby. I'm working these things. I'm entertaining the people. So now I'm back out of the circle. I want other people to participate. This is a group. The circle is a group event. It doesn't matter like if you're a gifted dancer like myself or if you're not even a great dancer. Everyone needs to get in a circle. See, I'm inviting people in right now. Hey, get in there. Get in there. No, I've had my time. You go in there. I want to hang out. I want to vibe with you guys right now. Let's vibe. That's all it's about.
Man of the people. I do have to make criticism though of your wardrobe assessment.
Okay.
You made an error in just going just the hoodie. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I made the error. The weather made the error. I'm gonna blame the weather because I did not.
No, this is a pro blame weather program, by the way.
So I'm on the mountain, right? I'm on the mountain. I'm leaving to come down there. It's overcast, little warm, but overcast. So like, you know what happens when the sun's behind the clouds? It cools things down. So I'm like, okay, and I'm thinking about not that moment. I'm thinking about later. What's this going to be 3-4 hours? Well, for overcast now, it's cool. It's going to get cooler. Get in the car, start driving. The closer I get to the city, the more the sun's coming out. By the time I get down to the stadiums, it's beaming. It's like 78 degrees. I'm like,
it was nice.
What happened? What is going on here? So, yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Didn't deter you.
Yeah, it didn't hold me back. And then you got.
Will you be at the? Yeah. Will you be at the Commander's tailgate?
I will say this. I'm not going to guarantee it, but
obviously weather pending. I don't go to bad weather tailgates.
I will either be at the Commanders or the Packers. So if not Commanders, I'll be at the Packers. One of the two, or maybe both. We'll see. I mean, but listen, this takes a lot of doing this. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's not easy getting from. It's not easy getting from suburbia there.
Yesterday I was curled up. I had to do the ice bath. Like it was a lot. Like coming off the mountain to do that. It's a dedication. But it was cool though. Like it was cool because like I finally got to put some faces to names when it comes to like the Twitterverse and stuff. So I finally got to hang out with Karate Mark a little bit. That was fun. I got to meet a lot of pretty cool people.
Did you do the great cheesesteak debate off Twitter or no?
The great
cheesesteak hoagie debate. The cheesesteak hoagie debate. Isn't that what I saw you guys doing on Twitter the other day?
On my side, it was Will.
Oh, was he? Was he? Okay.
Anti-mayo on a cheesesteak, which is a wild take. And then the whole thing, like I don't do Like I like Cooper sharp cheese.
I mean, I'm anti-mayo on a cheesesteak, but I'm also anti-mayo, period.
I don't like Whiz at all. Like Whiz is
I hate mayo
Whiz
in
is
all
like
aspects.
how much time do you want to spend in the bathroom on the toilet? Like, do you have a day to dedicate being on the toilet? That's why I don't want to do Whiz. I like to do other things and hang out in the bathroom. So that's why I kind of stay away from Whiz. You know what? Whiz and the ketchup.
All right, so I like to make my own whiz. So I think cheese sauce is better for the cheesesteak to hold
I'll allow it.
To hold it all together. But I will not eat that bright yellow crap out of a can or a pouch.
That's what
so
I don't want that.
So I'll make my own, but I prefer the whiz texture versus the American.
Okay.
Because I like to load that thing up. Onions, meat, cheese, like a whole mass of everything.
All right.
And the sauce holds it all together. But not that yellowy orange crap out of a can.
I agree.
So.
All right. So we good on the weekend?
Where are we going now? We're good on the weekend.
I feel like it's time to dive in. I'm going to take the shades off now because it's time to get serious. Because now we got
well, the sun shifted on me, so it got real dark in here, so I had to take them off.
That's fair. Now we got to dive in to Game 1, Phillies Padres.
Well, okay. do you want to go there first? Because I feel like that's going to be an extended conversation.
Okay.
Do you want to first just pivot and address the opening tip tonight first? That'll probably be a shorter conversation.
All right. Let's talk a little Philadelphia 76ers basketball. Opening up the season night against the Boston Celtics, full of scandal, regret. Like they have completely. I mean, we never got a chance to do that situation. We weren't on the episode that all broke, but that's one of those things that like definitely will affect them on the court, because now you're bringing in a guy. You had that Ime Udoka, say what you want to say. He had been playing great basketball. I was worried about.
He won Coach of the Year.
Say again.
He won Coach of the Year.
I believe so.
Yeah.
He's
a great coach.
Had him playing great basketball. Had him playing team defense. They were moving the ball, sharing the ball. They looked scary. And now, they should. Here's the deal: if you were going to discipline the guy for all of this, and I'm still confused why there was any discipline whatsoever. I feel like that was a domestic issue, and like obviously we know, like cheating isn't right. However, why is that? Why is he being suspended for cheating on his girl with the VP of the team's wife and another girl? Why is he losing his job? Maybe losing his job because of that? Huh? Because like, let's be honest. In any of these leagues, are we sitting here to pretend like this doesn't happen all the time?
No.
Like, are we really going to actually think that this doesn't happen on a regular basis?
So, do you know who Raheem Palmer is?
No.
He does a bunch of like betting stuff for the Bill Simmons podcast.
Okay.
He's real good friends with Matt and Chad. He's been on their show many, many times.
Okay.
He put out a tweet when all that news broke about the Celtics suspending him and everything. And his tweet was, cheating in the dating game is like snitching in the drug game. It just happens. You just deal with it and move on.
Yeah.
And like that. And then what I bring it up to say, like, this should never have been made public.
No. And obviously this guy, that his wife cheated with Duque, obviously he's butthurt about the situation. But like, it's weird. If you guys were gonna why don't you just fire him? I don't think that either. I think it's all stupid. But why are you suspending him indefinitely for a year? Why wouldn't you just fire him?
I mean, if you're him, do you want to come back next season?
No. My business all out in the streets, like all through the office, like, and this woman is never going to be allowed around him again. It's going to be awkward forever with this VP. It's going to be weird forever with him.
Did she get fired?
So I don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know.
think
Yeah.
she worked for the organization. I think she was the wife of like a senior officer.
So I thought so. She doesn't work there.
No, it came
Her
out.
husband
now
works there.
I gotta pull this up. I'm gonna be factual, but it came out who she was, and I don't believe she works there. I'm looking it up right now. I was putting in Ume Aduke cheating. let's see what that pulls up.
That's gonna be wild. Okay, that's gonna definitely be
staff member. Obviously, I don't know. I can't find it right now. I don't know. But okay, this is an early article. It's still saying unnamed staff member. Let me see images. See if it pulls up her picture. No, not getting any pictures. Oh, picture of her. There she is.
Oh, I think I got it. Hold on, I think I got it.
It's a chick. I think she has red hair.
I have no idea, but I think I found. Let me see.
But she's like, I mean, this family is like a Mormon family. Like, this was way out of character apparently for her. Like, that's why, like, they're like this is like a, like, she has like 3 kids. Like, this was, but listen, Nia Long is a very attractive woman, and this is why I tell guys all the time, like,
this appears that she does work for the team, because it said that it was a subordinate of someone within the organization, so it has to be someone below him.
So her name is Kathleen Nemo Lynch. So I'm going to put that in now that I have that. Kathleen Nemo Lynch.
Yeah, she's the team services manager.
Okay, but the most important thing, her husband is a high up in the organization. Like, she works for the team, but her husband.
No, he's an ex-employee.
Oh, he doesn't work for them anymore.
No.
Oh man, I got this all messed up. So he doesn't work anymore.
No. This is dated from October 12th, whenever that was.
Okay.
Let's say so. Look, about a week ago.
Yeah, she's a team services manager.
Yep, and her husband is a ex employee of the Celtics, and now he does asset management.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a goober. I mean, poor guy.
He does.
I don't wish that on anybody. I mean, look, here's a picture of them with their family, and she could tell looking at her, like, she was just very happy with this attention. Like, she's attractive. Yes. She's a pretty girl. However, you can tell, like, she's very much, and they're apparently they're Mormon, so she probably was very sheltered in her life growing up. So the attention from the head coach of the Boston Celtics probably was flattering to her, and that flattery ended up in a different place. However, still, I go back to my original point. This is personal business that should have never been released to the public. It was none of our business. We didn't need to know anything about it. I'm still confused why Brad Stevens was crying in his press conference. I don't know. It's all strange stuff.
Everything's weird about it.
Yeah.
Did you see what Stephen A. Smith said about it today?
Today? No.
Today. He said it today.
No.
He said that he believes that the reason that he's suspended and not fired is because that the Nets would have hired him and fired Steve Nash if he was let go. And that's why they suspended him and not fired him, because they were scared that he would go to the Nets.
I mean, he still could do that next year, so I don't know what the difference is.
Just telling you what Stephen A. said.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not saying I disagree with what Stephen A. said, but he's still, like, he's not coming back to the Celtics. Like, it's not happening. He's going somewhere else. He's not going back there. It's not happening. I mean, listen, he might.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, what he would have to resign. is what you're saying, right? You're saying he would resign after this season.
Well, they still might fire him at the end of this year. Like, he's suspended indefinitely. Like, they still come back and fire him.
No, I think they said he was only suspended for 1 season.
Right, but they still come back and fire him at the end of that suspension. Doesn't mean he's coming back to his job. I think they honestly just didn't know what to do, so that's why they suspended him for a year. But he still could, end up coming back, and getting fired.
No, yeah, they said the suspension ends June 30th, 2023.
Right. Yeah. I got that. But he still get fired at the end of the suspension.
So is he getting paid right now or no?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, so they're just shafting him.
Yeah, he's not allowed in the building
So he's not allowed in the building. He's not allowed to work
for cheating.
So he can't get paid
for cheating.
Oh, that ain't right.
Yeah, it's not a good situation. It's not good.
I mean, like I said, it should never. First off, it shouldn't have happened. Secondly, it should have been made public. Third, why is he getting suspended and like?
Yeah, it's all weird. I don't know, but
so hold on a minute. So let me get this straight. Okay. I get caught cheating with a team employee. I'm suspended a whole year, and I don't get paid.
Yeah, and another layer of this too is,
Hold on. But I settled 24 civil lawsuits against me, and I get a $230 million guaranteed contract.
Yeah.
And I get to play in less than a season.
Right.
Am I understanding that correctly?
You are. And another layer of this too is she being disciplined too? Because he didn't do this by himself. Like, we're all adults in the room here. We've all been in health class. We know how this works. It wasn't just him. So, like, is she facing some sort of disciplinary action? Like, it sounds like the way it's coming across and the way it's being slanted and being laid to look to me is like this was some form of sexual assault. And that's not the case. This was a mutual, and they said in the beginning, it was a mutual relationship. They both were into the relationship. He didn't force himself on her. He didn't force her to do anything. He didn't coerce her. They both were in on it. So if that's the case, is she getting in trouble for this too? Was she suspended?
Let's see.
Just saying.
All right, so let me look up because now I'm reading a different article that says he does still work for the team. So
I thought he was like a high-ranking VP of the team. That's what I thought I read initially. I don't know, but I'm still confused. What? There's a video of Kathleen and Duca intimately greeting each other after Easter Conference Finals. Oh no, not the intimate greeting.
Does TMZ get it? I bet TMZ has it.
I don't know who this is. I mean, this is just a. Yeah, this is Jim in the locker room.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, hold on. No, so the VP guy of the Celtics.
Yeah.
They have the same last name, but no relation.
Okay.
So Patrick Lynch is the VP of finance for the Celtics. He has no relation with this woman. They just happen to have the same last name.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, no.
But on the other side, the Sixers got a lot of things to be happy about, a lot of things to be excited about.
Yeah, so the line is they're actually the underdog. Line is 2.5. They're plus 114. Would you take it?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think this is Sixers line all the way. Very exciting stuff coming out of there. They a lot of things that we needed them to address. They addressed in the offseason. The nice guy syndrome was taken care of, bringing in PJ Tucker and Anthony Melton. The depth, the Montrezl Harrell, Daniel House Jr.
Do we have any more guys that we need out there? Is there anybody else that we need to get out there?
I mean, it's one of those things going into the season. I feel good now, but there's always something in February. Will be that last piece that you may need to address.
Well, no. I'm saying like we added the toughness with Montrez and PJ Tucker. Wasn't there a third guy out there that we're trying to get
right now?
Yeah, isn't there a third or not? I could have swore there was somebody else out there that was covered.
I mean, on my radar right now, no. I'm not on my radar right now. I think right now, like I said, we're in a good position right now. The bench, this is the best bench in this era that we've ever had, which is good. The starters are, who they are. Maxey was absolutely unbelievable in the preseason. Asking him to shoot 80% from three is ridiculous. So obviously that's not going to happen. But the fact that he's shooting the ball, he's well on a 40% clip of three, very encouraging. I think we could be an all-star this year. I really do, and make that leap. And now you're talking possibly 3 all-stars on this team, which would be huge. I'm really excited to watch an entire season of James Harden, especially after the summer he put in to get himself back into shape. I think the hamstring is not going to be a concern anymore, and I'm really excited about that. And obviously we got Joel Embiid still out there. MVP candidate Joel Embiid still doing Joel things. So you should be really excited as a Sixers fan that this team could go out there and get to the Eastern Conference, if not the NBA Finals. The East is absolutely loaded, as we know. There's going to be some good teams that may not make the playoffs. There's going to be some good teams in the play-in game. This is a loaded conference. So it's going to be difficult. But you got to like your odds if you're a Sixers fan, they're going to make some noise this year.
You're going to hear a whole lot more basketball talk on this show now that the season is upon us in approximately 5.5 hours, give or take.
Yeah, about 5.5. Yep.
5.5 hours. So definitely going to hear a whole lot more basketball talk now that we're
absolutely
in there. And we're trying to get the trifecta parade this year.
Yep. And it's possible. It could happen. It could definitely happen.
So I believe you still have power rankings left to get to.
Yep.
And then we have obviously an NLCS game to preview. Do you want to just rip through the power rankings and then
let's do that.
Finish off with the
NLCS.
Do that. NLCS.
Okay. Brad and power rankings. Like I always do from every week to week. I give you last week, then I hit you with this week. Last week, Packers were 10, Ravens were 9, Dolphins 8, Giants 7, Cowboys 6, Vikings 5, Niners 4, Bills 3, Chiefs 2, Eagles 1. So this week, there were a lot of 3-3 teams to pick from. Big 3-3 talk around the league. So for me, my biggest job this week in this power rankings, who are the best 3-3 teams? And if you ask me, I got the 2 bottoms of 10 and 9, I believe are the best 3-3 team. The Bengals coming in at 10, the Niners coming in at 9. I think they're the best 3-3 teams. The Niners had an oops against the Falcons. They were a little nicked up. Nick Bosa didn't play. All is forgiven. I still think they're a good squad. I still think they're a top 3 squad in the NFC from all I see right now. Number 8. Hey, I told you guys about the Jets. I told you guys about the Jets. The Jets are a good football team. Now, Zach Wilson still got a lot of work to do. However, that defense is for real. They're playing hard, and they're getting the job done. They ran into the Packers at a perfect time because the Packers, I believe, are free-falling, and I believe the Packers are who they are. I think, the loss of Devontae Adams for them is just way too much to overcome. Cobb is okay. He's not Cobb of his prime. Lazard.
Well, he's out now. He's out for, I think, 4 weeks.
Right. You're asking Lazard to be your number 1 option, which he's never been before. Then you're dependent on a bunch of kids. And I just feel Rodgers gets get more and more frustrated with each game. That offense is an absolute mess. The defense is very good. So, that was going to happen. But the Jets are for real. Take them seriously. At number 7, the Los Angeles Chargers, who now are kind of figuring it out a little bit. However, I will say this. I think the Chargers are going to make the playoffs. I don't think Staley is the coach for Herbert. I think they need to get him an offensive guy. and they need to get a quarterback guy in there for him because this team should be scoring way more points. It should be that offense should be way better than it actually is. They have too much talent for that offense only put up 19 points. So at the end of this year, I think regardless of what happens, barring a Super Bowl run, I think Staley is out of there. I think they're going to bring an offensive guy, maybe Sean Payton. We'll see. Because,
Ooh.
So here's what's going to happen. McCarthy will probably lose his job at the end of this year. And the logical conclusion is that Sean Payton will go there because of his relationship with Dallas already. And people are going to be, that's going to be the bandwagon of, but if you're Sean Payton, would you rather coach Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert is not even close.
Yeah. So if I'm Payton,
it's not even close.
Anyway, working for Fox. I'm already living out there anyway. Why don't I just meander on down to the complexes and coach a generational talent? Why not? With a great defense, great skill positions around them. Let me go over there and see on.
And wait till Keenan Allen is back at full strength.
Yeah, let me go see what Justin's talking about. Speaking of the Cowboys, number 6, they come in number 6. They lose the game. It wasn't a good matchup for them because the Eagles is a better team. However, all jokes aside, they're 4-2 squad. They've been playing good football.
Dak's coming back this week.
We get Dak back this week, and let's see where they go from here. I still do not believe in them to win big games because they don't do that. And until they do that, I'm going to keep standing on that soapbox. The Cowboys don't win big games. So we'll see. Again, like you said, you get Dak back. See what happens. Number 5, I throw my hands up. I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting it. I'm tired of fighting with East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm tired. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Listen. I have no idea why this team is playing well, besides the coach. But usually you need more than coaching. But then again, I will say this: at some point, you win, you start believing, and they're at that point where they're starting to believe themselves. They're a 5-1 football team. They deserve to be in the top 5. They're the New York Giants. I mean, what else can you say? They're winning. They're winning games. They're beating some. They beat a pretty good squad in the Ravens. Silly turnover by Lamar Jackson in that game. That throw should not have happened. I don't know what he was thinking. Bad throw, bad idea. They blow a 10-point lead, but the Giants keep finding ways to win. They keep finding ways to win, so I can't ignore them. At number 4, who I believe, in my opinion, right now is the second best team in the NFC, is the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings are out here balling, doing their thing. The only loss against the Eagles, and that win the Eagles had against them in week 2 looked better and better each week the more the Vikings keep on winning. So I put the Vikings at number 4. 3-2-1, very predictable. 3 Chiefs, Bills 2. And listen, until they lose a game, the Philadelphia Eagles made it 1. Spoiler alert, they will be 1 next week because you can't lose your spot because of a bye. So they'll be number 1 next week too. That's my power rankings.
Okay. Everybody's going to agree with your top 3. I think those teams are beginning to pull away with it.
Yeah.
So I've just been going through these other power rankings. Why you've been breaking it down, and you're not going to be happy.
I never am.
You're not going to go around
do this. I never am.
I bet the
Giants aren't getting respect. I bet the Jets aren't getting respect, and I'm going to say Chargers may not be getting respect.
So just for the record,
okay.
In all 4 that we're going to go over, the Chiefs are at number 3. Okay.
Okay.
They were number 3 on your. Yeah, they were number 3 on yours. They're number 3 everywhere. So just for this, just know they're number 3. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go on NBC?
Sure.
Start on NBC. All right, NBC Sports. Number 10, Tampa Bay.
All right, I don't want to hear anything. I don't care anymore. I literally don't want to hear anything else they have to say. It's
all right.
On that list if you're putting Tampa Bay at number 10. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you absolutely kidding me? I don't care anymore. Out.
All right. We'll go to NFL Network. Number 10, Chargers.
Okay.
Number 9, Buccaneers.
Out. If Tampa Bay's on the list, I don't want to hear it. That's absurd.
All right, let's go over
at the beginning when I was going through my power rankings. There's going to be some 3-on-3 teams on this list because you have a bunch of them. You have a lot of 3-and-3s out there, and you have some squads that people thought like the Packers, the Ravens, the Bengals. There's a lot of 3-and-3 teams out there. But if you're going to tell
just so you know, every list is disqualified then.
If you're going to tell me the Buccaneers are one of your best 3-and-3 teams after what you watch, you got to be kidding me. They're in absolute shambles. They are in shambles right now. Shambles.
Oh, every list is disqualified then.
Yeah, I don't. That's my problem with these lists. Is that's to me is just lazy. You're not actually putting real thought into this. You're literally just trying to stick to your guns because you want to be right, because you had Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, because that's the easiest thing to do. So
would you also believe me if I told you multiple lists don't have Eagles at number 1?
It's insane. And listen,
they're number 2, but
the guy is going through a divorce. It's no way in the world that's not affecting his play on the field. It's no way in the world it's not. And oh, by the way, as we've said many times on the show, there's no more important relationship in sports than Tom Brady's offensive line. That relationship right now is toilet. It's not good. Not
just
good.
Trashed him over the weekend, all national TV.
Yeah, he yelled at him. Then on his podcast, he did it also, and didn't speak highly of them. So things are bad down there, man. He's taking off every other day. He's going to Bob Kraft's wedding Friday night. Didn't fly back in for the walkthrough Saturday because didn't take the Steelers seriously. And you pay the consequences. And the thing about him right now that he's doing is that he's starting to come across as that entitled guy. It's something he's worked very hard not to be. And for every other year of his entire career, he hasn't been that entitled guy. He's been a team guy. But this year, 7 days
if 45 is too old to play, then retire.
Right.
But you can't. Could you imagine? I mean, I understand much different points in their career. Could you imagine what we would be saying if Jalen only if Jalen didn't come in on Wednesdays?
Right.
Or Carson. How about Carson? Carson doesn't come in on Wednesdays.
Right. Yeah, right. And listen, man, you better figure this out and start winning because this season has cost you your marriage and your family. So you better win. At the end of the day, I don't even know if it's worth it if you do win. But this literally cost you your relationship. There's very few times you can go back and point to one moment that cost you something big like this. We can literally go back to that tweet that Sunday night cost him his relationship. And ultimately his family, because the family dynamic is never the same once divorce gets involved. Yeah, you're going to see your kids, but not how you want to see your kids typically. So it's bad. It's bad out there. That team going out sad.
Yeah, like I said, that disqualifies every list. Then if you're not interested in hearing anything about the Bucs, so
Gronk said, Ray was like, "Yo, you want to come back for one more?" Gronk said, "Hell no, I'm good. This ain't it."
I mean, that answers that. Like I said, that answers that question because if you're not interested in the Bucs, you're not interested in the Bucs. Everyone has them. Everyone has them at either 9 or 10.
That's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
All right, now the time comes.
Okay,
we got playoff baseball to discuss.
8:03 p.m. First pitch.
You know what channel it's on?
What's that?
Do you know what channel it's on?
I don't actually. I'm assuming Fox.
I'll look it up real quick.
I'm assuming Fox, maybe FS. Well, the Guardians Yankees series finishes
starting in a couple hours. Yeah.
So they're on at 4. So I'm assuming that the NLCS will be on Fox and the Guardians Yankees will be FS1. That's what I'm assuming.
Let's see. Oh God, please don't tell me. There's no way it's going to be on ESPN.
No, it can't. Really? No. What's tonight?
No,
Well,
no.
because they don't have NBA tonight.
They don't. This is harder to find than it should be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you keep looking. I'll start previewing.
Yeah.
Darvish on the mound against Zach Wheeler. Darvish, really, really good pitcher. When I think of him, because he used to have a lot more electric type stuff. When I think of him now, I used to think of him as like a Pedro in like 1990.
FS1.
FS1? Okay.
FS1. FS1 has games 1 and 2. And 3. I'm sorry, games 1, 2, and 3. Actually, every game besides 4 is going to be on FS1.
Okay. And where's 4? Fox?
Fox.
Okay. I used to think of Darvish, his stuff as like a Pedro Martinez 1999. Now I look at him more of a Pedro Martinez 2005, 2006, where the dominant 98, 99 fastballs in here, but he has like every pitch you can think of he has. And he's very good at keeping guys off balance by the way he throws. First of all, he has that awkward, herky-jerky motion with the 2 pumps of the leg. And then, that's going to throw you off immediately. And then he can throw you anything. He'll pitch backwards. He's not afraid to go off speed on a hitter's count. A guy, and it actually doesn't surprise me. The guy from the Phillies who's been most successful against him is Rhys Hoskins, who's a career 6 for 16 off him. And this is why even though Rhys strikes out a lot, I've never complained about him being at the top of the lineup because Rhys sees a lot of pitches. Rhys is built, though his approach to hitting is built for the postseason because Rhys makes you work. Rhys is a guy that sees pitches, a lot of full counts, a lot of 2-2s. He's gonna foul some off. Rhys is gonna make you work. It's very rare you get a good morning, good afternoon, good night out of Rhys Hoskins. So but I feel. Listen, we got our Rhys game. We've had our Harper 2 series. We had a Big Stick Nick game. We had Gene. We had Stott. We had Marsh. I feel like this is a Schwarber series. I feel this is a Schwarber series. I feel it in my bones. I thought last week, I thought Rhys was going to have a big hit at some point last week. He did. I think Schwarber has some big games. He's actually my pick for National League Series MVP.
What do you think it's going to be like as far as fan demographics in that building?
It's going to be interesting because there's a lot of transplants out in San Diego. And, as we talked about, off air, you were talking about the Philly bars out there. And typically you get a lot of Philly people out there naturally. So I think you're getting something like a 80-20, which is good because like you'll hear that. You'll hear that 20.
And the thing is, the Padres have a good fan base.
Yes.
We make fun of the whole Southern California thing. They like their baseball though. They love their baseball. And for a team that lost, or for a city that lost their other team, there's a lot of Padres fans. Like you walk around San Diego, everybody has a Padres hat on.
However,
yes.
Not an intimidating place to play.
No, it's a beautiful stadium.
Crowd noise.
Yeah.
Not intimidating.
Like this is going to be an energy. Like the Phillies crowd against the Braves was an energetic, hostile crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean that they were like throwing stuff at them, but like that, like you knew what side the fan base was on.
Right.
The game today is just going to be loud. It's just going to be loud. It's going to be just a nice baseball environment.
It's gonna feel very similar to the Cardinal series. Like they're loud, but they're very nice people, and
very pleasant people.
There's not going to be any raucous. You're not getting a DUI chant at Petco Park. Like you're not.
And this is the first time they're ever playing in the playoffs, so you have no natural rivalry with them.
Right. But I feel
this is just the team that's in the way.
There's some hateable guys here. So Juan Soto. Not him. I don't want to go him first. So going back to 2019, remember the argument, right? It was who do you want? Bryce Harper,
Harper,
Manny Machado. And I was always on the Harper side, because for the reasons
So was I.
I thought Harper fit the vibe of the city way better than Manny Machado. Manny Machado.
I thought Harper was a better recruiting tool.
Yeah, Machado is
Players would rather play with him.
Manny Machado is a great player. He no question. He's a great player. However, he's a too cool for school type. Very cool, very very like A-Rod type personality. That wouldn't work here. I think that would not jive here. Bryce Harper is an intense person. The way he plays, not his personality, but the way he plays the game is intense. He swings intense. He runs intense. Manny Machado is very Bobby Abreu-ish, where like everything just looks too cool, and sometimes that comes across as not trying. It's not true, but it comes across that way. Like you don't care, and that wouldn't work here. It wouldn't go well here. So I think we got the right person, but now that conversation is back, and it's good. I'm sure it's going to be brought up in these broadcasts about that Machado coming here. He visited here. There was a shot he was going to come here. So but yeah, you got Machado, you got Soto, Darvish. It's a lot of guys. Blake Snell. A lot of guys here that are they're this.
Remember the Snell hitting Harper.
Yeah. Yep. Even though
that
friends, you have that aspect of it. You got I mean, it's actually fortunate because the most hateable guy of all those guys isn't even playing the series, Tatis Jr., because he's a guy that would have gotten to it with Philly when he came here. It would have been a thing. Machado will probably be the guy they pick on most when he comes here. It'll be like, Manny, you get that. Juan Soto we're familiar with from his days in the NL East. Not having the year that he had, previously, but still a dangerous guy, a dangerous hitter. But here's the thing I love is that Wheeler
Scott Boras is the real winner in all of this.
Right? Yeah.
No, he's the real winner in all of this. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, you got Nola, you got Wheeler going games 1 and 2, and they're pitching in a pitcher's park. Like Petco Park is a cavernous area. Like
it's right on the water basically. So it's real low elevation. It's not like in Colorado when you play in Denver and the ball dry, so you don't get as many home runs there. Balls will not travel the same way. You don't have any humidity there. It's just going to be. We have some power hitters: Schwarber, Harper, Hoskins. There's some guys that can really hit it. So it's not like no home runs get hit there.
Right.
But the ball will not be flying.
No.
So if you can just stay out of a hitter's sweet spot, the ball should be able to stay in the yard.
I love Blake Snell going here in game 3 because I think out of all their pitchers, he's the guy that can get rattled the most. And I think that he's a guy that will not do well in this environment. I can see it falling apart for him very, very easily. I think you got two pretty evenly matched teams. I think this goes 6 or 7. I like the Phillies.
This will not be a sweep on either side.
I like the Phillies.
This probably will not be 5 either.
Right. I like the Phillies. I think you can get 1 out there. I think you get 2 or 3 here. I like our chances of going back there and getting 1 of the 2. That's how I think.
Well, if you get 1 there and 3 here, you don't have to go back.
Right.
Because this is I believe this is 2-3-2, correct?
It is. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, I don't believe don't believe there's a break between game 5 and 6.
So they're going Sunday, Monday?
I'm pretty sure because I looked at it. Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
That's aggressive. Flying back.
Yeah,
up.
It's game 1 tonight, obviously. Game 2 tomorrow. Game 3 Friday. Game 4 Saturday. Game 5 Sunday. Game 6 Monday. Game 7 Tuesday. We got 7 straight days.
Wow. All right. Well, that's gonna be a haul. Come back Monday and plan again.
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. No. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. Today, tomorrow.
Friday.
What's
Saturday?
today? Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have off Thursday.
Right. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
This Thursday. Monday, Tuesday.
Right. That's a lot going Monday, Tuesday. Listen, I look at the pitching. Wheeler. I like the idea of him being able to get 3 starts out of Wheeler, 1, 4, and 7.
Get 2 starts out of Nola.
You'll get 2 out of Nola, and Nola will be ready in the bullpen for Game 7. So
will he? Will he though? Because he'll be pitching the day before.
So he'll go.
Or no. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. So let's see. So he would pitch Game 5.
No, he'll pitch. No, you're right. No, you're right. He'll go 6. He'll go Game 6.
Yeah. No. Wouldn't he go one? He would go 2 and 5, right? So he would go 2 and 5.
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So he would pitch. He would pitch Saturday.
If you need him to go Sunday, he could go Sunday. However, he'll probably
No. Game 5 is Sunday.
Right.
He'll probably go Sunday. But if he goes Sunday, yeah. But if he goes Sunday, you can't use him in the bullpen on Tuesday.
Right. You can't. Well, even if he goes Monday, you can't use him in the bullpen on Tuesday.
Well, that's what I was saying. You were like, you said that Nola would be available for Game 7. He's not available. He's the only guy. Besides Nola,
you'll have
all
Suarez.
Hands on deck. Suarez, Kyle Gibson, fingers crossed, hopefully not.
No.
All of a sudden, Thor's back to being Thor. I didn't realize how tall that man was. He's a big human being.
A giant man.
Can we?
He looks like he's
yes. Can I just pose you a question real quick about Arenado?
Yeah.
Just relievers. Okay. Well, relievers, I guess, on average, throw harder than starters. So I guess we'll just include all pitchers. Outside of Billy Wagner, does a name come to your mind of a Phillies pitcher that throws harder?
A lefty, too? No.
No. Just period. Just
threw harder than him? No. Him and Dominguez.
I mean, yeah, Dominguez gets up there too, but I think Arenado is a little bit harder.
Alvarado, yeah, he gets
Alvarado, yeah, Alvarado.
He's one. He'll hit you 1-on-1. Dominguez is tops about 100, but Alvarado gets you 1-on-1. I mean, it's easy 1-on-1 too.
I mean, we used to complain about, hey, every team goes in their bullpen and pulls out 100 miles an hour, pitcher after pitcher, except for us.
Yep.
Now this is what it feels like to have that.
Not those guys. I love Brad Hand, the veteran. It looks like he's figuring it out. He's been really good in the playoffs. Very, very good to get the lefties. Like you'll probably see him in matchup against Soto at some point in the series. And then you got Dominguez for guys like Machado, Cronenworth, who's pretty good for them over there. Yeah, I mean this is a good matchup. It's going to be a fun series. I like I said, I believe it goes 6 or 7. And I'm really excited. Like everything at this point now, it's just bonus. It's bonus. This is bonus.
Yeah, bonus baseball, Marcus.
Bonus baseball. Like there's no expectations. Well,
no. Now your expectations have to change. As each series progresses, your expectations have to change.
Well, I want to win, but I'm still in the mindset of I'm okay with whatever.
I mean, isn't this a 4 versus 5 seed now? Isn't that what we're watching? Or I'm sorry, a 5 versus 6 seed?
Phillies are 6.
What are the Padres?
So
they have to be a 5 because I'm sure the Mets were a 4.
The Braves were the Dodgers were 1. The Braves were 2.
Dodgers 1, Braves were 2. I'm sure the Mets were.
So the
Cardinals were 3. So I'm sure the Mets had to be a 4.
The Mets and Padres were 5. So they were.
So we're watching a 5 versus 6 matchup. So it's not like it's the end of the world or the most shocking thing in the world for a 6 to beat a 5.
No, not at all.
I mean, if you looked at the series odds, I think it was even money.
It's pretty even, yeah. Which makes sense.
Let me just pull it up real quick, just because I don't want to. I'm pretty sure it was, but my point is to say is that as you get moving on, and you've done very well against the Padres this year,
mm-hmm.
You need to readjust it. So yes, it is bonus baseball, but don't think you should say that you have no expectations, because I think that you should adjust your expectations accordingly as you gather new information and move on.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point. It's just, for me, it's still like this is the 1 year when they're in the playoffs. I just want to enjoy it. I don't like the Cardinals. Yes, they had to be Cardinals. The Braves, it was a thing where I was just like, all right, this will be nice, but I'm not expecting it. They got it done, and now it's just like, yo, you're one step away from the World Series. Let's throw the balls out there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
So, you want to hear some Phillies baseball odds?
What's that?
Tonight, even money to win. The series, even money to win. 330 to win the championship.
Plus 330?
Plus 330 to win the title.
Going into the playoffs.
Plus 2,500.
So someone's been very happy who put some cash on that one. You put a stack on that, you'd be a happy man at the end of this. Be very, very.
You put a stack on that. You're rolling out 25 large, Marcus.
Yep. Good day.
Why did you do that?
Very good. No, I didn't. Very good day. I mean, listen, I got nothing else. I just want to go.
I mean,
and just get ready. I got.
It's good. We got a big sports day, sports evening coming up.
I need to get my fluids in.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have games on multiple TVs. I'm watching everything. Everything's on at the same time.
Big day for the wife or girlfriends to come through. We need you. Fire up all crock pots you have. There needs to be plenty of snacks, plenty of nourishment.
This is a marathon, not a sprint tonight. Okay? Do not. If you come out of the gate too quickly and you pull a hammy, it's on you.
Yeah. Don't start drinking too early, unless you're doing beer. Ease into it. Just relax. We haven't been through this in a very long time, having all of this going on at one time. We need to just pace ourselves.
I was emotionally and physically and mentally and spiritually exhausted yesterday from the weekend.
I slept like a baby Sunday night. I slept like an absolute child, a toddler. Like I was out. It was a wrap. And then Monday, I just laid and stared.
When I talked to you on Saturday night after the game ended, I told you I was like, I had to take a nap.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But listen, we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you enjoy this week, this next couple weeks, because it's going to be fun around here.
And the best thing, I have to rescind something that I said about maybe a month ago. So if you recall, Marcus, I said if the Phillies don't watch out, they're going to get sucked up into the Eagle season. Mm-hmm. Remember I said that?
Yes.
Don't remember exactly how I worded it, but that was the point of it.
Yeah.
I am so excited and so happy for the Phillies that they get to host their games of the NLCS during the Eagles bye week. So they get
all the attention.
Uninterrupted attention because they deserve it. So I have to call myself out for what I said. Good for them. They deserve the entire weekend. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like, but they deserve it. I'm sure there'll be 40, 45, 48,000 deep in there every day.
Without question, there'll be 45.
Have you ever seen a crowd flip like that? Before we get out of here, a crowd just flip the switch like that and go from 20,000 to 45,000?
No, only here. Because we were waiting. We were just waiting to see if they could get in. And then it was after they got in, it was like, okay, well, can we get a home playoff game? Oh, we got a home playoff game? Let's show out.
Oh, we got two of them?
Yeah. and then they win game one. The Phillies have done all the right things. I think it's what's helped too.
And then going to Xfinity Live. We cannot underestimate what that means that they went out to Xfinity Live after that game.
As they've continued to win, their personalities starting to come out, and you're realizing they're pretty cool guys. Like Schwarber, Stott, Marsh, Segura, Harper. All these guys, they're starting to show their
Happy birthday to Harper, by the way. Happy 30th birthday.
Yeah, yep. So, that's helped too. Is you're seeing their personality. So, yeah, but I got nothing else. I'm tired.
Nope.
At Marks be tweeting everywhere.
At Justin Emery Show on the Bluebird app.
Brad Emery Pod everywhere. BradMichelle.com for the merch. Go see our friends at Vans Jewelers, 332 York Road. Listen, like I said at the top of the show, we deserve this. We deserve this. Have a great night. Have fun. And if you're not with us, you're against us, and you're never going to stop us. That goes for all.
Never.
Late.